FaceTime, tears, lots of things. July 5th, last year, 2021, I was doing my dishes, watching my favorite creator, Stephanie Harlow. True crime, educational, fabulous. And she talks about summer. I'd seen her picture before, but I honestly didn't pay that much attention. Kids go missing all the time.
Yay! Okay, good. It's working. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so originally I had someone emailed me about Summer Wells, and they're like, hey, here's all the information about her. She's a little bit more well-known case, but I'd like for you to cover. And I was like, okay, like I will. I try to contact her family, friends, anyone that lived there. No one responded to me, so I just went off base like what the email had and a little bit of research. I didn't do a full deep dive. Now I had one of my listeners from YouTube. Her name is Chapstick on there. Suggest that I listen to her 2.5 hour timeline that she has of Summer. So there is no audio in this. Um, I'm sorry. Gosh, it's been one of those days. There is no video. It's all black. She said she's not a YouTuber, and but she feels like it was important to get her story out there. Okay, so she's done a whole timeline of her 2.5 hours, and so I wanted to listen to what she had to say, and if we had any questions, you guys, let's ask them and see if she knows anything. All right, so, and I will probably stop it and pause it while I have a question and ask it, because that's my nature, and if I don't get it out right away, then I don't remember it. Because that's how my brain works, because it's messed up. All right.
They're usually found pretty quickly. But that wasn't what was happening. I felt like a fish that just got hooked. At the time, I was like plaster work, painting work around my house. So, and I was doing it late night, so my family was sleeping, so I didn't want to be rocking out to music. So I would listen to creators. I was listening about summer. All summer. For a couple months. Every night for a couple hours. And I've compiled a lot of information, and I feel like it's a waste not to share it. So I have a timeline. It's a pretty long timeline. Sit back and relax. We might be here a minute. Oh. This case is an onion. It's the biggest onion I've ever seen. There's so many layers to this case that I realize anybody... I stepped in 3 weeks in since she'd been missing. I have a 70-page notebook, a 20-page typed document, more screenshots than you can imagine, all pertaining to this poor little girl and all the mess surrounding her. So, why not share what I got? we all know Don and Candace have quite the extensive record. So Don was born November 1964, Tampa, Florida. Right out the gate, 3 months after he turned 18, first charge, burglary. Not really sure the legalities with Don. His record's really choppy. He's got arrests out of Utah, Arkansas, Texas. I'm pretty sure Florida per JRL. I will reference a lot of creators in this timeline. And I do probably owe them a thank you, because without them, I wouldn't have been able to compile what I did. A lot of my information, I try to keep as factual as possible. A lot of my information is via Facebook photos, Candace timeline photos, and TikTok, and interviews given after the fact, and church videos. I watched a lot of church videos. I took notes of a lot of church videos. People don't really talk about them. We're gonna talk about them. So,
I'm going to pause that for a second there. I do have 2 of the church videos that I was able to find. I think that there's more than that. I have one from January and then one in February that I was personally able to get a hold of. I think that there is more, but if you guys want to check them out, they are on my page, and they are kind of interesting. So I'm intrigued to hear what she has to say about them.
I'm gonna read for a little bit. We'll break it up. February 28th, 1983, Don charged with burglary. 18 years old, like I said. July 29th, 1983, another burglary charge. Sometime along the way, he met Pam. I have her last name, it's not relevant. They got married. I believe they moved to Florida. Next thing you know, a couple little chitlins pop out. We got Don the third joining the party. Don's other daughter. Don's son has issues. We won't go into that. I'm sure you've heard about it. His daughter, she looks like she's doing well. Good for her. She made it out. November 18th, 82. Misdemeanor. Revocation and suspension. Not really sure. 94, evading arrest. 95, theft by receiving stolen property. April 95 to June 97, time actually served. 22 months in jail, Don. Got out on probation for 4 months. Right back in. Another 4 months time served. Got out, probation violation again after 5 months. Another 4 months time served. July.
And I want to note real quick, I was able to pull up their just their background check on Truthfinder. I'll link it in the description too. But you can look at all this stuff on Truthfinder too. And a lot of their charges are right there, like boom, 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 boom. There are some that are missing, like that she mentioned from that timeline, that you can also find publicly, like on Pacer and stuff like that as well. But I'm just gonna throw it out there. Truthfinder is a great way to find those background checks and just to kind of see, like, hey, is there something fishy about this person? Like, I just have a hunch. Yeah, you can always check that out. So I'll link that too. And I don't know where she got exactly found hers, but a lot of stuff is public, especially arrests like that.
28, 1998 to November 24th, 1998. A fourth probation violation, 5 months. Time served, 3 months. Finally, in 2000, Don gets out after serving 4.5 months in Utah. Majority of these are out of Utah.
I just want to state real quick. I'm personally from Utah too, so that really intrigued me that like he bounced around a lot and that he had charges right here. And if you don't know this, Utah is a prime state for sex trafficking. I feel like that is important, and I could be wrong, but I wanted to note that and let you know I feel like that is important because there are theories out there that she was sold, that her parents sold her to someone else. There's also a possibility of being sex trafficked. That is a possibility, yes. So I wanted to just, express that real quick. Um, that's very interesting considering that Utah is a hotspot for that.
A certain creator had told us in 2001 there's a nationwide warrant out for Don out of Utah named a fugitive of the law. And he was found in a storage room on Ben Hill Road by the Tennessee State Highway Patrol, Hawkins County, and the FBI. That information has never been verified. This creator gives us a lot of information that's never been verified. We'll move on. November 2001, another theft out of Utah. Time served, 17 months. Don moves to Arizona. I guess a loitering charge before. I'm trying not to read through this and just skim. 2006, residential burglary out of Arizona. 2007, possession of controlled substance, public intox, and loitering. November 1st, 2007, DUI. Candace Ply. Candace was born May 1982.
Hey guys, no, I do have a mic. I just turn it off when we're listening to that because I'm going into the deep dive of some of wells here. Um, so pronouns. I go by she, her. Um, yeah. So yeah. No, I do have a mic. I just yeah, I knew that one. Can you help me? I don't know what to tell my abusive dad to stop bashing me because I'm trans. Okay. Okay. First off, how old are you? And second of all, you can't 15. Okay, and you can't control what other people think. Um, you definitely can't control what other people think. And another valid question is, how do you know you're trans? Okay, see, and that's not okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter who you are or what sex you are. That pushing you down the stairs is not okay. Um, you've always known since. Okay, but okay, you said that you always know. And what makes you certain that you are trans? Like, what makes you like, okay, yeah, for sure, I should have been born the opposite sex. Um, are you male to female or female to male? Okay. So how do you know that? Okay. So how does that make you trans though? Just because you want that. My question to you is going to be as well. First off, um, no one should push you down the stairs. And if that's happening, that is abuse, and you should tell someone about it. Um, okay. So what if you're just a dude that likes to cross dress? Like, what about putting makeup on and being in a dress makes you a girl? No, it's a legit question. Like what? How does that make you a girl? Because boys can like pink. Boys, I don't give a shit. Do their nails, do their makeup. Like, seriously, what what makes you like seriously like what makes you trans versus just a guy that likes to dress in women's clothes? No, I know you didn't say shit about pink. I'm just saying that people come out here and they're like, well, if a guy likes pink, then now he's trans, and I'm like, no, that's definitely not it. Just because you like to wear girls' clothes doesn't mean that you are trans. I'm asking you what makes you trans. If so, does that make you trans? Does you cross dressing make you trans? I'm definitely not hating on you. I'm asking a legit question. See, by you telling me that the world hates you, that is showing me that you don't love yourself to know who you are. Seriously. I'm an ally. I'm part of the rainbow. I'm just not part of the rainbow mafia that thinks that you have to be all this. I think that, you know what, boys can wear girl clothes, girls can wear boy clothes, boys can do boy things, and girls can be girl things. And guess what? It still doesn't change you. There's something deeper inside that makes someone trans versus just a guy that likes to dress in girls' clothes. Because there's cross dressers, there's drag queens out there. Guess what? Most of them are not. Most of them are not transgender. You love yourself, but you're dead. Okay. What do you love about yourself? Like who are you? Tell me. Like what do you love about yourself? Because I believe that there's transgender people out there that are um, they love themselves and they know who they are and they're open and honest about it, and it's like, all right, I love myself and I know I'm trans and I know that's not something that, okay, so dressing like a girl makes you feel empowered, correct? Okay. Would you say though, if someone dresses like a girl, they are a girl? Have I ever smoked crack? No, drugs are just not my thing. Jesus, I don't even drink, so I don't drink alcohol. So, okay, well, yeah, just, I mean, that's something to think about. Like, just because you like to dress in women's clothes, does that automatically make you a woman? Or is there something deeper? Alright. Alright, if you're gonna go, okay, I'm gonna go back to this here. I will always answer you guys' when you're on my lives, but sometimes you guys crack me up. So she pulled out a shotgun when CPS showed up at her house. Okay, you really think that that is a good solution? Like, you think that I'm gonna show up, like, when CPS shows up, I'm gonna pull out a shotgun? Okay, yeah, that's great. That's great. Like, of course you're gonna get your kids taken away if you do shit like that. Now, so one question with chapstick. Uh, I might need to write this down. But how did you verify that she had a shotgun when CPS came? Was there like a video? Was there like something else? Like a document? Curious. So that's something to bring up. Oh, hi, Tennessee Writer. Just going through a deep dive into Somerville's case. So one of my listeners actually did a whole 2.5 hour timeline. So I'm going through it and asking any questions I had. So that is one thing. A lot of people think that Robin had something to do with it. Um, and she just said that she doesn't. So I wonder. She said that Summer loved Robin. So I wonder what prompter would be like, no, for sure. Yeah, she didn't do it. All right, so that is something that I have a question on. She said that's, Allie's niece, and that's a whole nother thing that she wants to, doesn't get into, but she talks about it. So why is that a big deal? Hold on. I'll go back a few more minutes and play that again. Right there. Whole nother story in itself. Um, All right, so I'm right here. By the way, I'm just commenting on her YouTube here because if I don't, I will forget. So, okay. All right. Let's. This just came to my mind from what you just said. Um, and I don't know why. But I have heard of a few cases where the parents are in danger, like to their children, as these are, obviously, that's why CPS is taking away them, right? Could it be possible that the state, government, whatever, has taken her and has her safe in custody somewhere? Could it be theoretically possible? Ugh, really? Dang it! Really? You could hear it in the beginning, but now you can't? Yeah, like all of a sudden so like your voice went boom, like dropped all of a sudden. Yeah, yeah. I know exactly where you're talking about. Dang it. Okay. Well, since you're here, hold on. I have some questions. Okay, about this man too. Um, you're talking about we're 27 minutes in, where you're talking about there's this man in this photo, and it's not with like Allie's kids or anything, but it's just like this random man. It's the one that will make you go, hmm. First off, do you have these photos? Would you be willing to send them to me? Second of all, you've done fantastic so far. And I know I was scared to death when I like started. I know. I know. I always just try to um I try to respond to everyone, you know. But yeah, definitely a troll. I was like, oh, all right, okay. He was like, I'm gonna go kill myself now, and I was like, okay. Don't know what to tell you, dude. Uh, do you have it? Yeah. The where am I? 27 minutes 49 seconds in. Oh, I do have it. Oh, okay. Duh. Hold up. Let me. Would you be willing to send it to my email so I can post it up so that everyone can see? By the way, we've done like fantastic so far. I'm just gonna say that. I know it's just like your audio and like you're nervous because girl, it took me forever to get to here where I'm actually showing my face. Anxiety's a bitch. Well, if you would be willing to, you don't have to. You definitely don't have to. Um, but can't post what? Can't post messages to some channels. All right, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. But crime theories podcast at gmail.com. I'd love to see it. Not yet. It's on Facebook. Okay. Is that on Candace's Facebook's? I think I had a hard time trying to find Dawn's. I'm going to stop my full screen sharing. And then I'll have to go back to and find out where. Okay. Or if you have the Facebook link, you're more than welcome to post it, I think. As long as I have those turned off. I don't know. You can see if I can. I know there is some stuff on like there was some stuff on her TikTok, like that video of her by that for sale sign. That was odd. Again, I don't know if you listened to my whole thing because like I've had to stop. I've had technical issues with this too. But the first time I did this, I had someone message me in my messages. Normally I do smaller cases, so like cases like this that have blown up, I don't do because they're already covered. They're everywhere. you know? I mean, I'll post little clippets here and there, uh, but most of the time I'm like, they're already done, like 1,000 times. They're still not found, no, and they still need to be heard, yes, but there's so many more people out there that are still missing. Um, so she wrote me a whole like paragraph of what she like a whole, huge thing on what she knew, and so I was going based off of what hers is, but yours is very in detail. I'm very impressed. It's on Facebook. So is it on Candace's Facebook? Let me see. She changed her name. I felt like she changed her name. Because it's Bly, right? I mean, it's not Wells. Okay, is this one on? It's got to be on her old one, right? Let's see. I think this is the one I found. Um, this is like the original one I found, and I I reached out to her, but she was like, "Damn it, ah, oh, I get it, dude. I still have nerve shot. I know I'm gonna have to restart, and I got to get my kids in a little bit too. So I might do like sections of it. I know I'm gonna have to totally redo it. I get it. It's nerve wracking. That's why before I just used to do just podcasts with no face because it takes practice. It takes practice. Okay, so was it this one that you saw it on? What was the date on that? Yeah, I mean, it's just, oh my god, she looks adorable with the pink hair. Um, is it in one of these? Alright, I'm gonna go back to the bigger ones. Was it these? I think it takes a minute for my dad. July 20th. Okay, let's see. August. So it should be around here then. It makes me wonder, all right, since I'm going to have to, do a whole new thing on this. Um I'll probably end up doing that tomorrow. But it makes me wonder, like, why were the boys all kept nice and clean and she was just, like, kind of tossed aside? And then all of a sudden, like, she shaved her head. I mean, you might cover this. I don't know. And I'm just asking questions that you will answer later. Okay, we're still in August, but we're getting closer to July. And it kind of, okay, and the fact that the boys got like those mountain bikes too, like you said, they're $1,800 a piece, which I mean, yeah, like if you buy them used, you can get them for a decent price, but Jesus, they don't seem like, maybe, I don't know. Okay, in that sense, that's really pretty. Maybe, okay, yeah, because you're talking about the Paw Patrol stuff. So it's probably somewhere around here. Maybe it's just me. I mean, you don't judge a book by the cover, right? But they don't seem like they have the money to just buy that shit around, you know? I mean, I get it, like, but and then for to move around a lot, like, did they do that because they knew they had like warrants out for their arrest, or are they jumping from home to home because they legit can't afford to pay their bills, so they're having to? Um, you know, I'm very curious. Okay, no worries, no worries. I'll find it. We'll find it later. Yeah, no worries. I have a question. Do you think that this is a possibility? So I have heard of cases before. Okay, so this normally happens like in a missing person that is going missing um, willingly, but they just don't want their family to know for whatever reason. And the police know that this person is filed as missing, but they're safe and sound, such as like they're just homeless. They just don't want their family to know. Which I'm like, to me personally, I'd rather know that you're homeless than I'm worried about you. But I mean, whatever. So there are cases like that, or cases where they'll go do like a check-in, whatever. And there are cases where the police are just like, yeah, no, we know that that person is technically missing on the missing person list, but we know that they're safe and sound. So I guess my question is, I wonder, while I was listening to your stuff, do you think that maybe one of the states or government or whatever saw how bad the home was, and for whatever reason took her out of it and is not telling the public. I mean, I know that her boys that are gone into state custody, um, that is like under lock and key from CPS. But I'm wondering, is it possible that they did that because they saw like such a big concern? I don't know. I don't even know if that's something that they do. Uh, it's just a thought that came into my head while I was listening to your stuff. All right. Also, what was I going to say? My ADHD is just like, what? um, okay, I have a few. I can go into this. Let's see if this is going to. I went back a little bit. Let's see if this will replay.
I find it kind of funny.
Hold up. Let me do a test. See if I can hear it.
Not funny. Sad. Excuse me. That when Summer went missing, the boys were 12, 11, and 9. The same as
Okay, cool. I think we're good.
and her sisters when Grandis broke up the family. 12, 11, and 9. Not really sure. So move on to the children. Ironically, I just realized something. We don't want to jump ahead. It's back to the children. So I don't want to dox their birthdays, but I don't really understand them either. Reason being is one particular post, I guess. It was 2018. Candace posts happy birthday to Josie. Picture of Josie. And a cake with a little 9 on the cake.
Okay, so Chapstick said I couldn't imagine it being official, but very possible option of a group or individual. Yeah, especially if they saw like and they were very concerned about it. That's a possibility too. And maybe, I mean, who the hell knows? I'm like, maybe CPS does know where she is, but knows that she's in a safe home now. I don't know. It's still weird to me. So question. Let's see. No, because the mic's working now. So okay, hold on. By the way, if you cringe when you hear your own voice, yeah, I still do that when I try to edit stuff. So I get it.
Which would mean Josie was born in 2009, right? And then Wyatt was stated to be 11 when Summer went missing. And in January of 2021, Candace was happy birthday to Wyatt. Which would mean he was born in 2010. Which would mean Candace had a baby in September 2009 and another baby in January 2010. I don't really understand how that works, but I digress. Moving on. To go along with that, the youngest boy, born in December 2011. Check. Somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. Fair point. Fair point. It could be someone that was trying to look into her best interest, though, by taking her, and then justify it to themselves. That is a possibility. Or maybe too that she did know that, like, hey, CPS is going to come get my kids, and gave her to someone. I mean, there's rumors too that she sold her, but I don't know. That is interesting. So either on that, she got the birth dates wrong, because then was born in January, so one in November or September, you said, and then the other one was in January that was born. Yeah, she had got the dates wrong, or like that's not physically her child, because there's no way.
Two days before Josie was born, September 23rd, 2009, the mayor, we're going to call him Baked Beans, get arrested. No, he didn't get arrested. So, yeah. Yep. Several charges. Shortly thereafter. And this came out. This is kind of what pushed me to make this. I was kind of holding off because I wanted to make sure Ellie had some things sorted out. But this is one of them things, so we're going to bring it up. March to July 2009, the mayor and Baked Beans live at a certain address. A certain creator kind of dropped the bomb on that one. 333. They live at the same address as, let's just say what it is, Chase. It's his close relative, which seems kind of ironic to me, and that seems like quite a connection to me. So yeah, that's out there. Thanks, Fizzle. September 2011 through February 2013, thorough investigations are done, and 32 individuals surrounding Rogersville pled guilty to drug charges, consisting of, we'll say, Mary Jane, Cobain, and OxyClean. More than half of these individuals lived on Beach Creek or in Light Hollow. In my opinion, that puts a whole new spin on somebody saying their family owned half of Beach Creek. April 13th, 2015. Don purchases Ben Hill property. Quick claim deed from Clyda Trent for $10. Clyda was supposedly Karen Goad's best friend. Karen Goad is Don Wells' mother. Clyda took care of Karen until her last days. Lots of rumors surrounding that as well. As far as Don being there towards the end and not really being a positive presence. We'll leave it at that. August 2016, Don and Candace get married.
Okay. So Dawn was taking care of this woman, and then she sold her house for $10 to him. Did I get that right? But then there's rumors saying that he wasn't a good presence there. So with that, what kind of presence was he? Like, was he mean to her, doing drugs, taking advantage of her, stealing from her? There's a whole line of different possibilities there.
September 25th, 2018. Crystal Spencer and David Britt are on Ben Hill. Like I said, it's Josie's ninth birthday. Crystal's mom later says that Mama was staying in the shed down on Beach Creek. Rumor has it Don and Pam lived there when Don's mom, Karen, was still alive. Also, rumor has it that a certain local I don't want to add confusion to it, but rumor has it that Andy Paul was living there shortly before someone went missing. There is images on Google Earth from 2018. Just verification of residency. There's a chicken coop down there. There's definitely somebody living down there. It's pretty obvious. Christmas 2018. Candace posts pics.
Wait, you're saying chickens don't just live by themselves in the coop, take care of themselves? I thought that was a thing. I have chickens. Isn't that what they're supposed to do? Yeah, sometimes I think I'm funny when I'm really not.
Of kids in front of trees and also kids opening presents with Mama Pam on the bed. Don isn't pictured. So that would be our verification that Pam probably was living down in the shed, at least around Christmas 2018. February 2nd, 2019. Candace makes trip with the kids and Grandis to Wisconsin, celebrating Summer's birthday with her cousin and her cousin's kids. Lots of pictures. April 25th, 2019. Candace Facebook post referring to Crystal. Lock up your men, ladies. Verifying the rumor that Don might have messed around on her. October 2019. First pics I could find of kids at Kingsport SDA. lines up with when Robin said they actually started going. She said it'd been about a year and a half in her interview with Chris. In the pictures, they're decorating cookies for first responders. And then the following week, they actually post Halloween party pics. Boys are in army gear. Summer and Candace are in ladybug costumes. Robin is definitely present. And just as a side note, there's pictures of Robin from going back as far as 2012 in that church. I don't think Robin's an issue. I don't. Summer loved Robin. She is an issue. Lady's got to work.
Now that makes sense, but you know what? Sometimes rumors have a little bit of truth in them. So you say in there that you don't think Robin's an issue. I know that that was a big thing for a lot of people. I don't know personally why, and you might get to that. Uh, so can you tell me why people think Robin's an issue and why you don't? I get it. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and you're like, it's already 2.5 hours long. I don't want to make it worse. I get it. Okay. I've got a few more minutes and then I gotta go get kids.
World of hurt coming, but I don't think she did anything to that poor little girl. December 2019, Candace met Sherry Mullaney at the Kingsport Santa train, says Allie. January 9th, 2020, new puppy pics posted on Facebook. Boys look clean, haircuts, Summer not so much. February 2nd, 2020, Summer's 4th birthday party. Paw Patrol everywhere, Sherry, Allie's kids, Allie's daughters, I believe. Allie's nieces are all there. Grandis is there. March 12th, 2020. Most of the world shuts down from COVID. March 26th, 2020. Allie and Sherry are on Ben Hill. Also at Warriors Park, fishing with the kids. Candace posts pictures on Facebook. April 5th, 2020. The boys get motorbikes. Pretty pricey. Upwards of $1,800, I think. John and the boys actually spend time putting them together. It's probably about the last good memories them boys got. May 1st, 2020. Touchy one. Candace and the kids attend a birthday party for a little girl who, in my opinion, is a whole nother story in herself. It's Allie's niece.
Right there. That little girl. You said that's a whole nother story in itself. Well, who's that little girl? And why would she be important?
But she is a dead ringer for Allie and Allie's other younger daughter. So yeah, they attend the little girl's birthday party. 3 days later, March 4th, 2020, H and that little girl are at Ben Hill. At the bottom shed, the boys are riding around on their motorbikes, and there's a random man there with a motorcycle. Pretty sure it was a TikTok video. Not 100% on that one. May 4th, 2020. May 31st, 2020. This was nothing. It was a NASCAR race. This is originally when Jose said he showed up. I don't think this is when Jose showed up. June 1st, 2020. Mary says Don and Josie, Mary says Don and the oldest arrived in Utah. June 12th, 2020. Candace posts on Facebook. POS calling CPS. Your karma is coming. 3 days later, Candace posts on Facebook. Pictures in Wisconsin. It's actually the picture posted of Summer with the blonde lady outside. Recent speculation was maybe it's Sonia, but I don't know Sonia living in Wisconsin. And she's in Reeves, so I don't really know. June 16th as well, Candace posts more pictures from Wisconsin, Grantsburg, Nelson's Landing. Summer has colored hair by the water, I believe. June 20th, 2020. Candace is still on vacation with the kids in Grandis, it looks like. Josie or Don, the oldest or Don, are not in any pictures. They take a bunch around the fire and at like touristy spots. Later on, Allie said her and Andy actually fed the dogs while they were gone. Such nice neighbors. June 26th, 2020. Allie on Ben Hill Road. Facebook pictures. I think she was there with her kids actually the whole upcoming holiday weekend. June 29th, 2020. Oh, this is actually verification from Justice for All that Jose was still working in Alaska at this time. He saw his pay stub. June 30th, 2020. Ethan? I'm not going to say Ethan's last name because we'll just say Ethan. Posts his first pictures of his new red Toyota Tacoma that he had inherited from his grandfather with a ladder rack and asks, should I take it off? Referring to the ladder rack. July 1st, 2020. Candace, H, and her 3 youngest kids, dressed nice, taking waterfall pictures, I believe at Laurel Park. Just like, it's like 5 minutes from the house. 10 minutes maybe, it's not far. July 2nd, 2020. Candace Facebook posts. This was a things that make you go,
That's the one we were looking for, right? And it said July 2nd. I'm going to listen to that one more time. See what exactly she's describing.
Candace posted a bunch of pictures. They're all in the water. They're in canoes. Kids are in inner tubes, floating around, whatever. But there's one picture where she's sitting on the bank and there's somebody directly next to her, like inches away. And I was under the assumption she was just with like Allie and the kids. That's what all the other pictures look like. But in this particular picture, it's a man sitting right next to her. Unless Allie has never shaved her legs in her life, which not.
All right, so it sounds like it's a man, but it's a man sitting next to her, and this was July 2nd. Okay, and you can't for sure tell that it's a man, but it has hairy legs, so you would assume it's a man. Why is my Facebook being weird? Okay, let's see. got past those. Okay, find July 2nd. We're getting close. Let's find out. 16th. This is exactly where I was. Wait, I'm curious. Oh, okay. It was just some code thing. Okay, so it should be in the next few. Just looking at these two, I mean, we know that CPS has been involved in everything like that. That just goes to show you, too, that, everything isn't so pretty as it seems online. I know. Okay, so it's got to be right around here. Okay, is it one of those that I have to like zoom in on, or did I totally miss it? Why the hell am I screen black? Okay. Alright, I'll have to dive back into those and see if I can like zoom in and see anything. For now, I do have to go. I gotta get my kids. But I will be back on tomorrow to go through all this once again, and we will continue. Thanks for watching, guys.